So let me introduce for our listeners, if anybody's listening. Um, this is Daniel. He's a good buddy of mine. We've been friends for at least 10 years, if not like 10 or like 11 or 12.
We might be getting
Probably.
over the decade hump at this point, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're over the decade.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely over the decade. Probably like 11 or 12 years
Yep.
of friendship. But Daniel's an incredible drummer, multi-instrumentalist. He played I don't know, is B-Funk still around? I know Stefan's super busy. What's up with the B-Funk?
We all still live in Charlotte. We haven't played a show in quite a while. I think the last show we played was in the January of 2020. So like right before COVID was the last time we played a show.
Right on.
But everyone's alive and well and hanging out a good bit. We see each other quite often. I think at some point the stars will align. We'll be able to record another new chunk of music at some point down the line. But everyone's doing lovely. I'm always forever and grateful for the bubonic funk connection. A lot of people play music, but to have that bond of being in a band, as you know, with the various groups that you've been in, it's a different kind of bond.
Yeah. So we met through Bubonic Funk, our mutual friend Stefan. Shout out Stefan.
Funk.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like we hung out before that one time that you guys came through on tour. Definitely hung out at the Higgins Street house, the notorious house.
Yep,
in
my very
Boston.
first memory of you was you cooking food, because not only were you gracious enough to let 4 of us savages crash at your place, I don't even think it was the Higgins. I think it was
the Islington. It was
the Islington house. That's right.
Yeah.
And you cooked a bolognese, if I remember, an orzo bolognese, if I
did
remember
orzo
correctly.
And orzo.
And it was
meatballs or
killer.
something like
It
that.
was super tasty, and I remember that, and it made an influence on me because I started having people come crash at my place, and I made sure to always, all right, well, Sam Ravenna cooked food for the schleps that were on the floor, so it's a good way to people's heart, and you get a little bit of control too. You're like, hey man, go ahead and get on the dishes, take out the trash. Like, you got a little more initiative to take care of the place, It's a beautiful learning lesson, and quite a good bolognese too, I must say. The man's a good cook.
Bolognese.
I don't think we've ever had a bad meal together. That's for sure.